Hi, everybody. Hello. This is my first time going live on YouTube, and I gotta say, I am pretty excited. I did a little practice earlier, as it turns out, and I had no sound. So if you were live with me on that video, I hope you jump on and can hear it. Actually, this time I've got something pretty important I want to share with you all about mindset, because I think we can hear about mindset every day. Something new will spark your curiosity and excitement in us, and building a healthy mindset is what we need to do. As human beings, number one, I mean, walking around with a healthy mindset, you're a much better person. And especially if you're in business, you want to be very mindful of your mindset. Okay, so I promised you three steps to a victorious mindset, and I'm just adapting this a little bit for you. It helped me a lot, but I'm adapting this for you because I think some of you might be stuck where you are. Maybe you've hit a plateau in your business and you can't seem to figure out how to get to the next level, or maybe you haven't even started building yet and you're looking for something that's going to excite you and motivate you. And what that is getting a healthy, victorious mindset. When you start thinking of yourself in your future, where you want to be, just make that a normal thought, like it's already happening, and that can really just like turn on a light switch for you. And so when we're talking about mindset, it's how you perceive things, and the sooner you can make those future goals like a normal thought for you, the better. All right, so let's dive in. Are y'all ready? Okay, I'm trying to see if I can tell if anyone is watching here on this live. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to give you great content and you can get on with your day. How's that? Okay, step number one is awareness and willingness to grow. Now, believe it or not, there are folks, and I may have even been one of them, who aren't necessarily thinking they have any growth to do. They feel like they figured it all out. They're good. I'm good. How many times have you said, I'm good? Well, we're not. We all need to grow and keep growing. But sometimes we're not as aware of that or as willing to accept the fact that we need to grow. So when we're talking about this step, it's a biggie. You need to be aware of how people affect you and what people say or do to you. How does that affect you? If you can let things roll off your back because you have a healthy, victorious mindset, then that's great, but not all of us can do that. So think about your relationships. Think about people that you have good relationships with, and then think about folks that you struggle with. And what are some of the differences there? So becoming aware of what the problems are, where your weaknesses are, of course, and your willingness to change those and grow and get better. That's step one. All right, step two. Identify your weak areas. Now, we've already talked about that a little bit, about being aware. We first of all have to accept that we have them, right? We have to be aware of them. And then we have to dig deep and identify them, put a name to them, write them down. So think about things that you struggle with. Places in your life or your business where you have conflict or turmoil, or something is just not right and you would like it to be better. All right, those are probably our weak areas, and we need to make a list of those, because once we identify we can change the perception. How you look at a problem, how you look at a challenge, you can come at it, if you step aside, come at it from a different angle and see it from a much, much more positive light. But that has to be an intentional action on your part. And it's possible. And sometimes you have to be helped through that or talked through that by a friend or a mentor. But it's an important step. And it's an important step to having that victorious mindset, a mindset where you can conquer anything and not let the circumstances rule your life. You are in control. All right, ready for step 3. If you are finding any value in this, certainly as you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, please drop me a comment. I would just love to hear your favorite aha moment as it happens, and certainly share it out. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, David and I love to work with other online marketers and share some of the experiences we've had to help you get on the fast track to your success. Well, anyway, number 3. But I have something I do want to say more about number 2. So forget what I said about number 3. I'm going to ask you one more thing about number 2. So when you're identifying these things, maybe something else that will be a cue or a key for one of those things that are holding you back, the struggles or the conflicts. What or where are you most defensive? Ask, where am I defensive? In other words, when people confront you with something you're doing or not doing, defensive about that. Well, that was a weakness. That was something I was learning and getting better at, but I was defensive on it. And so it was something I knew I had to fix. Okay, number 3 then. Here we are. Flood yourself with truth. Flood yourself with truth. We probably have a lot of things in our life, a lot of overwhelm, a lot of voices, a lot of things that are happening all at once. And you might think that those are the things that are flooding us, and they may very well be. When we have a victorious mindset, we are able to let truth flood over all of it and help us to think on a little bit different angle. They say, it always looks greener. The pasture always looks greener on the other side of the fence, or something like that. I'm always bad at getting those little sayings messed up. But when we can know where we are is good, when we can look at it from a different angle and find the positive in it, we know that we have listened to truth. We want to surround ourselves with people who are feeding into us, who are smarter than us, have more experience than us. If we are the smartest folks in the room, we need to find another room. I've heard that from somewhere, and I'm sorry I'm not giving credit where credit is due. But that, when we can flood ourselves with truth, things that are true, not those little lies that are nagging at us that are not true. It's almost, the word brainwash has a kind of a negative connotation to it, but it's what we really want to do. You want to brainwash yourself with good stuff, how you are enough, how you are worthy, how you do know how to do that. You are not going to fail. Flood yourself with truth is step 3. And if you walk through those steps, you're going to see how your mindset will shift in any circumstance, whether it's business related or otherwise. Never think that you don't need a mindset, tuning. All right. We should be tuning our mindset until the day we die. We always want to be the best that we can be and enjoy a life that we enjoy. So the last little bit about mindset, one little tip, one little thing to be keeping in mind why mindset is so important. you know, not your whole life, you're not going to be up on the top of the mountain. It's not all going to be sunshine and roses. We are going to have times where we have valleys. We may have sicknesses or illnesses or deaths. We may ourselves have financial issues. Whatever your valley is, if you are working on a victorious mindset in the good times, those valleys won't be so low, and you will have the strength to ride that storm all the better. So develop a healthy, victorious mindset before the valley so that you can face the storm and not let a single circumstance overtake you. All right. Well, you all have been so great tonight, for sure. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you like that. We've got a bunch of other stuff we're getting ready to get out for you here shortly. And I do want to make coming on here live just a little bit more regular. So keep me accountable, everybody. All right. You guys all have a good night, and we'll see you soon.